Hello guys, this is your friend the Great Lobbyist. I'm back again with another awesome video, and this is the first video of 2023. Let me start by wishing you Happy New Year and thank you so very much for your love and support in the last year to help us achieve a new benchmark right in the beginning of the year, crossing that 70,000 subscriber barrier. And you guys have become part of the family, which is growing fast and beautifully. Now, fantastic year. Let's continue the momentum of the growth and with some amazing giveaways in the month of January with this video and this video only to start with. So go on, press the subscribe button and the notification icon so that you keep getting all the notifications and I keep getting all the motivations to keep bringing these amazing videos to you. Straight on to business, we're gonna bring about a highlight of the top 10 smartphones that were launched in 2022. Some amazing tech, some amazing innovation, and some made it to the T and qualified for the list. Some didn't make it, and then towards the end there is a bonus as well which goes beyond that 10. So starting with it, I want to start with something which was right towards the end of the year. Fantastic product. That's the first one to make it to the list of the top 10 smartphones launched in 2022 is the Huawei Mate 50 Pro. Beautiful 6.74-inch OLED display, Huawei Kunlun glass, Snapdragon 8 Plus Generation 1, 50, 64, 13 megapixel triple camera setup, 4K videos at 60 frames per second, 4700 mAh battery with 66 wired and 50 watt wireless fast charging, making it to the top of the list as of now. The next one, again another personal favorite and my go-to phone, which I've been using for many months now, is Samsung S22 Ultra. A gorgeous device, very powerful. By default, a qualifier in the top of the list comes with 6.8 inches of dynamic OLED AMOLED 2X, Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, Snapdragon 8 Generation 1 quad camera setup, 108, 10, 10 and 12, 8K videos at 24 frames per second and 4K videos at 60 frames per second, making it not just a productivity but a production powerhouse as well. 5000 mAh battery with 45 watt fast charging, giving it a beautiful thought as well. The next one is something which I used for quite a few months before I moved into something new which was sent to me, is the Honor Magic 4 Pro. Now this was a flagship debut Honor in 2022 and it was one of the best phones in the family they've ever launched. Fantastic device with 6.81 inches of LTPO OLED display, aluminosilicate glass protection, Snapdragon 8 Generation 1 triple camera setup with 50, 50 and 64 megapixel, which is again a great production house. The camera quality was fantastic. 4K videos at 30 frames per second. Many of the videos on channel are shot on those as well. And 4600 mAh battery with 100 watt fast charging. Now this was the fastest charging phone amongst in the list that we are going to talk about today. Next one was something which came up with a big brand associated with it, which is Oppo Find X5 Pro, and the brand association was with Hasselblad collaboration of the camera, but it was not just the camera and the looks which were fantastic. It was the 6.7 inches of LTPO2 AMOLED display, Gorilla Glass Victus for protection, Snapdragon 8 Generation 1, 50, 13 and 50 megapixel triple camera setup, which can again do 4K videos at 60 frames per second with a 5000 mAh battery with 80 watt wired and 50 watt wireless charging as well. The next one was a bit of an underdog. Normally resonated with mid-range smartphones or budget smartphone, but their flagship was a fantastic piece of hardware, which was Vivo X80 Pro. Beautiful 6.78 inches of LTPO3 AMOLED display, short excitation up protection, Snapdragon 8 Generation 1, a quad camera setup with 58, 12 and 48 megapixel lenses, and these were calibrated by Zeiss Optics, giving it a beautiful place to play around with the videos and images there. 4700 mAh battery with 80 watt wired and 50 watt wireless charging. Not to mention, and we cannot complete a list without having an Apple device in the list. Apple 14 Pro Max. Right towards the end of the year, Apple brought this out with us. 6.7-inch LTPO Super Retina XDR OLED display, ceramic shield glass protection, Apple A16 Bionic chip, which is their most powerful chip so far. A triple camera setup with 48, 12, and 12 megapixel with TOF 3D LiDAR, which is a beautiful capture of videos and images, giving it a holistic look and feel. 4K videos at 60 frames per second and 4323 mAh battery. Wireless charging, of course, comes with it. The next one in the list is the Google Pixel 7 Pro, 6.7 inches of LTPO AMOLED display, Gorilla Glass Victus protection, Google Tensor G2 chipset with triple camera setup of 50, 48, and 12 megapixels and a monster 5000 mAh battery. Went a little weak on the charging side of it with 23 watt wired and 23 watt wireless charging. Could have done better with that kind of a upper mid-range phone, but it's still Google and it's still great. The next on the list is another beautiful device which we all look for, at least people in the subcontinent do, which is the OnePlus series. The OnePlus came up with 10 Pro, which came with 6.7 inches of LTPO fluid AMOLED display, Gorilla Glass Victus in the protection, Snapdragon 8 Generation 1, triple camera setup with 48, 8, and 50 megapixel sensors, and this again came with a Hasselblad color calibration as well, and it could do 8K videos as well. So only two brands in the list could do to 4K. One is OnePlus and the other one is Samsung, which is again next to the list. I wanted to do this standard phones, but then two folding smartphones, which became my top favorites, had to be included in the list. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold, which was a beautiful 7.6 inches of foldable dynamic AMOLED 2X display. And when it's closed, it had a 6.2-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display as well. Gorilla Glass Victus Plus in the protection, Snapdragon 8 Plus Generation 1, triple camera setup with 50, 10, and 12 megapixels, 8K videos at 24 frames per second, and a 4400 mAh battery, 25 watt and 15 watt of wireless charging respectively. And last but not the least was again beautiful, the most beautiful foldable device that I had come across this year, and that was Huawei Mate XS2. Gorgeous looking, very unique design, lot of beautiful tech went into it, and it came with a beautiful 7.8 inches of foldable OLED, 6.5 inches of OLED display, Snapdragon 888 4G chipset, 50 megapixel, 8 megapixel, and 13 megapixel lenses as a triple camera setup, 4K videos at 30 frames per second, and 4880 mAh battery with 66 watt wired fast charging. Beautiful device it was. Now, these 10 were the best smartphones that I came across. Yes, some big boys like Xiaomi didn't make it to the list. I don't think they did anything impressive in 2022, and I really hope they come up with something at least wee bit exciting in 2023. Really looking forward to it. Same as the case, Realme has been struggling to make a comeback. None of their phones could make it to qualify. Very old age scenario technologies, backed in some new bundles, not very impressive. But there's one phone that I was saving as a bonus, which I wanted to talk about, is the only one phone which was a new entrant into the market, and that was Nothing One. Now, it made a big hype, and I really hope they come up with some amazing devices this year, at least more than one. The Nothing One, the first generation phone of Nothing One came with 6.5 inches of OLED display, Gorilla Glass 5, Snapdragon 778 plus 5G chipset, 50 megapixel and 50 megapixel dual camera setup, 4K videos at 30 frames per second, 4500 mAh battery with 33 watt wired and 15 watt wireless charging. Now, this was a great phone. It was a great concept, and it kept the bare minimum essentials with a decent amount of power and keeping focus on what people care for and nothing more. So guys, this was the list of the top 10 2022 smartphones that made it to my list. Which one you think was your favorite from the list, or otherwise leave that brand name and that mobile name in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and we give you a chance to not win one but two but three amazing gifts. The first one is going to be one smartphone. Second is going to be earbud. Third is going to be a smartwatch. So three winners from the comments will be selected, and they will receive these three wins. So I wanted to start something with a giving note, and I wish you all a very happy new year and a successful year ahead. And please keep showing your love and support to us. This is your friend, the Great Lobbyist, signing off. Keep yourself safe. Peace.